Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be discussing everything MCU Spider-Man 3 and everything you need to know about the project right now and to be up to date on everything in the community, which means news, rumors and all the like. But before we get into that, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy this type of content, and make sure to hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button to not miss any more videos like this one. And with that being said, let's get straight into today's video. So let's talk about the massive elephant in the room and the recent updates on the situation. And you guys all know what I'm talking about, the fact that Jamie Foxx as Electro will be showing up in MCU Spider-Man 3. Recently, Jamie Foxx revealed in an Instagram post that has now since been deleted that Electro will in fact not be blue like in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, in which he played Electro in that film, as well as most of you will know. Now, it's not confirmed or not if this is the same version of Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, so for everyone that is certain that it's either or, well, you don't really know at this point. This has really stood the part when it comes to MCU Spider-Man 3, however, not just because another previous actor from another franchise regarding Spider-Man has came back to the same role in the MCU, but because this could all open all kinds of avenues for Sony to explore in the Marvel multiverse. I think one thing is for certain, it's that if Sony and Marvel don't work together all the time, it's safe to assume that they will at least share a multiverse at some point in the future, most likely regarding the Spider-Man character. So when Jamie Foxx was leaked to be playing Electro in MCU Spider-Man 3, a lot of people jumped to the same conclusion that this would be the same Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Since Fox had already played the character before, and the fact that we were getting hints anyway by Sony and Marvel that we were heading ever closer to a multiversal crossover with Into the Spider-Verse in 2018, Marvel taking Phase 4 into the multiverse direction, and the original Spider-Man trilogy director Sam Raimi coming back to the superhero genre to direct the first big multiversal influence film in the MCU, which is Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness, which could potentially link to the universe he created. So it wasn't a big shock that an announcement came like this. However, it was a shocker that the fact it was from Jamie Foxx's Electro, who was one of the weaker villains out of the Spider-Man movies. Not to mention, TASM 2 is the critically worst Spider-Man movie ever and is made the least at the box office. Now, this is where the doubts that this could actually be the multiverse creep in. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was not the most well-received Spider-Man movie, as we know, and in fact it wasn't taken too well by fans alike in the community and fandom. Electro from TASM 2 would be the last villain Marvel and Disney would pick from a financial standpoint to cross over and potentially appear in the MCU. One, because the movie he was in didn't do too well, and two, the character was quite weak and the story that Electro would carry over could tarnish the story of the MCU in some way, even if it gives us an Andrew Garfield Tom Holland crossover. So from Marvel's standpoint, it isn't wise to use a character like Electro. I could understand if they'd used a character like Sandman, for example, who is one of the stronger villains from the Spider-Man movies. All of this not to mention that the fact that Jamie Foxx mentioned that Electro will not be blue in the third installment of the Spider-Man Home series. However, TASM's Electro was blue. This means he's either going to be yellow or he's going to be rocking the classic yellow and green Electro costume from the comics and across the video games. Also, it's not like we haven't seen an actor come back to play a different version of the same character before. We saw J.K. Simmons come back to play J. Jonah Jameson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, after he already played the character 3 times in the Raimi films. Jamie Foxx could be doing the same thing here, but just with Electro. But if this doesn't mean that we're gonna get a live-action Spider-Verse, don't get your hopes down, because there's still a lot to be excited for. If Electro really is the villain for Spider-Man 3 in the MCU, this raises a lot more questions than answers, multiverse or not. For example, Kraven was rumored to be the main villain for the longest time, with appearances from previous villains like Scorpion and maybe even Chameleon to feature in the film. And with the cliffhanger at the end of Far From Home, where Peter has his identity leaked to the public, Kraven seemed like the best villain and fit for that kind of film. However, if the villain turns out to be Electro, we have a very interesting movie on our hands, simply based off the fact that we have no idea what is going to happen or how it will play out. Like I said, this raises way more questions than answers, so I'd like to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think will happen in the third Spider-Man film in the MCU? Do you think that this Jamie Foxx Electro could be the same one from TASM 2, or do you think that this will be a brand new version of Electro with Jamie Foxx coming back to play him, just like J.K. Simmons did with J. Jonah Jameson? And with that being said, That's all the latest and all you need to know about MCU Spider-Man 3. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to hit that subscribe button. And also make sure to hit the bell next to the subscribe button to not miss any more content like this in the future. And you guys can be the first ones to watch the videos as soon as they go out if you get the notifications on. And you have to hit the bell to do so. And with that being said, thank you all for watching once again. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.